Can everybody hear us? I'm assuming they can hear us. Ascension.
So,
thank you, Chris.
Hey, I've got my little helper back here for those that like to see the little dog behind my back. She's back here helping out.
Chris donated $10.
Thank you.
Or 10 Australian bucks.
It all adds up. It's good. Okay, so I'm gonna see if I click on this, if that gets where I can see who's here. Awesome. I can see who's here. Okay. Hi, everybody. Perfect.
Well, tonight we have a few interesting subjects to talk about.
Yeah.
Dragon.
We're excited about it. So, yeah. So I just a little backstory around that is, when I do the Ascension sessions, I get kind of been getting these themes. And so I was talking to Jason about that. I want to talk about these themes and just see if we can expand on them. Because when we're in a session, I got to kind of keep it to the client and what it is that's going on for them. And so then I come out of these sessions and I'm like, man, I have so many questions. So it's like, what better time to ask questions than right now? So we're going to talk about the dragons and we're going to talk about mermaids. And we've had a request to talk about what happens, why are people waking up between 3 and 5 a.m. So hopefully some good answers will come in. The temptation to go Google that was so high. I wanted to go like, oh, why are people doing that? Because it kept happening to me too. And I resisted, so we can be sure that whatever comes through wasn't because I looked it up. And that's something that some people don't know. I don't get to watch any conspiracy stuff. I don't get to watch any other channels. I have to keep my nose clean. So I don't know what's going on in the world for the most part, so that my channels aren't influenced by it. So, yeah.
Keep a clean filter.
That's right. This is fun to watch all these names pop up. We've got Casey and Aurora and Veronica and Chris and Katie and Deb. Who else is on there? Susan, Alicia, Claudia, Gail, Crystal. And the list goes on and on. You guys are amazing. Thank you. So, all right. How long did we? Oh, hi, Laura, with her. The tractors mean something special between us. So when you guys see those tractor posts, just know that's an inside joke.
Some tractors, huh? Living on the farm.
Living on the farm. Yeah. I guess it's not that hidden of a secret, is it? Hi, Barb. Hi, Joanne.
Hey, Tina.
Hey. Yeah. Everybody's coming on. All right.
You want to give it about 5 minutes to give people a chance to warm up and settle in?
Yeah. Yeah.
And everything.
So we could talk about, I don't know, the weather. It's been raining here. So
yeah, we got a little bit of a cold front that came in today, a little bit more. So it's like.
So Jason teases me about weather because I think weather is, there's a sprinkle outside and you would think that it was the end of the world. And Jason laughs because he's in New Orleans where weather is weather. And
when it rains, it rains.
Yeah, I probably would drown out there. So it's all good. I see so many familiar names and we don't know all the faces, but I know some of your faces. Hello. Wonderful to see you guys and have you here with us tonight. So fun.
Well, here's a question for the group. Has anybody else been waking up 3 o'clock and 5 o'clock lately? I know for me, last night, I woke up around 4.
Yeah. Okay, what do we got here? We were on the other link and nothing there. I don't know what link.
Minnesota. That's cool.
Well, hopefully it looks like you found us because you're on this link. So I hope that means that everything worked out. I would say, is everybody finding us okay? But you're already on there. So I hope the links that I was sharing were, I shared the link to Jason's YouTube page, which should take you to, then you just click on the live video that's going on. So hopefully, if you know anyone that's struggling getting over there, please help them.
Gotcha. You know what? I'm going to delete the bad one.
Oh, I see. Okay.
That might be it.
See, we just need Chris over here managing us because he's got it. He knows what's happening. That's awesome. So, Northern Idaho, hello. Yeah, we got you guys all over the place. I love seeing where you're all coming from. So, whoever wants to share where they're at. Yep, 3:30 last night. I was telling Jason I had a rough one last night too. So we're all half asleep. That's the thing we have in common. We all are half asleep. That's good.
So this person's waking up almost every night between 3 and 5.
Wow.
Yep, 3:30 for this one.
Yeah. We've got definitely, we'll see what we can get for answers today. That would be awesome. Yep. Alberta. Woo! So it gets addicting to watch that pop up, but we're just all waiting for you guys to make comments so that we can see you. Utah, North Carolina, Ontario. Hello, Canada. There's a few of you guys from Canada.
Oh,
hello.
You're in Canada.
Yeah, I know that some of the ones, by the Chris being here, I can't remember what time it is for you, Chris, but I know that for some it was the middle of the night. So they were like, we'll watch the replay. So for all of you that it did hit the middle of the night, thank you for watching the replay. Hello to you too. So yeah. All right. Well, we're going to have to go to Minnesota and Canada. We're just going to have to travel around. Of course, Joanne's over there in New Zealand. We definitely should go see Joanne. And
on New Zealand.
And then jump over to see Chris in Australia.
Has some relatives that lived in New Zealand at one time.
You did?
Mm-hmm. On my mom's side, my grandpa.
So you got a little of the blood in you.
They came from England and they traveled. They settled in New Zealand for a little bit, and then they went to Hawaii. Then some went to
that kind of sounds fun.
New Orleans, and then some went to California. Matter of fact, I got relatives in Portland. The next time I go over there, they want me to see them.
Oh, we got to plan that too. Yes, and hello, Georgia. Where else we got? Nebraska, and hi, Tammy.
9 a.m. Australia.
Awesome. Not as early as I've gotten him up before for sessions. So we need to plan another ECETI ranch so that this beautiful audience, whoever wants to join us, has time to plan for that. So are we thinking maybe another August?
Yeah, I think that was a good time. I think that was a good time.
Yeah, so if you guys are thinking that'd be something of interest, the ECETI Ranch in Washington over by Mount Adams. I think the closest airport is the Portland International Airport in Oregon. And then it's about an hour drive from the airport to get to the ranch. So just FYI, that's going to be on our radars here to plan something like that. People keep asking me about it, and it's like, okay, I think we're supposed to be doing this. So start setting something up and see what we can arrange. We'll get more dates and more narrowed down on that. I kind of sprung that on Jason here. So we'll look at that and see what the calendar shows us for a good day. Yeah. All right.
Yeah, that summertime frame worked out pretty good. So
yeah, especially if you're in a tent. So yeah.
Hopefully we'll get a cabin this go around.
No kidding. Get the dates and get that narrowed down.
Thailand.
Wonderful.
Oh, Thailand.
Oh, wonderful. Wow. Aruba. Okay. I think I just heard another invitation come out there. You guys are awesome. You're all over the world. Thank you for coming and listening and for supporting us. These messages, you know, we're hoping to just get as many of those out there as we can to you guys, and take what feels right to you. And if it doesn't, that's okay too. So, oh, another one from Australia. Hello, Lee. Very exciting. All right. Shall we go get them?
Yeah. We gave it about 10 minutes, 11 minutes. So
yeah.
Get people to log in.
I'm sure we got more coming as it goes on, and hopefully everybody's able to get here. And I have to turn my head away now, and I have to go get these guys, and we'll start asking some questions. And you guys all can hear me okay where the mic's sitting? You hear me fine? Good.
I hear you. Mm-hmm.
Good, because we all know my hands will start going everywhere. So if I move the mic closer, it's going to get hit. All right, so I'm going to go get them. Clear. I'll see you guys all at the other end. All right.
Perfect.
Okay, we are here. We are here, and we are ready for this celebration. This exciting event, as it seems, that we are all live and ready for this. As we see, you are always alive when we are looking. So that is
this is no different. Huh?
This is no different, but we know it is different for you guys, and we know you're looking forward to hearing how that works for everybody as they are listening live and getting this information right away versus through the recording. So we are excited to see how that's going to work for everyone.
Is this Daniel?
This is Daniel, yes.
Hello, Daniel.
Hello. And we've got the whole gang here. We've got the Imperials waiting to speak. We do have the Dragon Council, as you have summoned them with your questions, with your intent. And we do have a couple of other groups that are standing here at the ready if they need to come in, or if there is time for them to come in. We always love it when the Lyran Council comes in and speaks their beautiful messages of love to everyone. So if there's time, they will come in. Mm-hmm. And
nice.
So shall we go ahead and get started for everyone?
Yes, please. Do you happen to have any messages for the collective that is logged in today or going to watch this video?
Oh, we are sure we have messages. Yes. So let us look at this audience, and it is so beautiful as we were entertained by all of the different locations popping up on the screen and seeing everyone all over the world. And we enjoy that as much as you do, as it is fun to reach people in such a fantastic way. Mm. We're going to scan you with all of you. If you could just give permission that are live and just allow us that opportunity to scan you in this moment. We'll look at the ones who are watching the live version of the show first. And we'll look at the collective. There are some of you out there that need to start paying attention to your eyes. Your eyes are going to start to do some different things and may change colors. They may, you may find that your vision changes just slightly as well. Some of you have been asking for the correction of your vision, and we want you to notice that if you were not being very specific, then your correction of vision may have been in the third eye versus the physical eye as well. So making sure that if you want a physical eye correction, to keep the focus there. And remember, you have to be a vibrational match for that correction to take place. And for some of you, you have chosen to have the blurred vision to give you a more enhanced third eye vision. So there is reasons for that also, for it being in that, having to have the prescription for the glasses. We are hearing Tracie go, oh, that makes sense, because she wears glasses and she has asked for these things as well. And it has been a long time. She has forgotten that she even asked for that. But it is making sense to her now. There are So there are some of you out here that are very, very, very connected to the angelic realm, and you have the angels with you. They are with you as you are listening because you have set this beautiful energy and intent to be here today. You are surrounded by the angels. And we have one of the audience members who is very, very, very connected to the frequency of pink. It is a very strong love frequency, and this pink ray of light is one that, and this is a female that is listening, dark curly hair. We do not know your name. We're not seeing your name, but you have dark flowing curly hair, and you work with the pink energy, you work with the pink light, and that means that you can help people see past their fear. You can help them see past their shadow. You can help them see past anger, hurts, pains, all of that, and step into love. And you would be very good at counseling people, and they may just automatically already come to you. In fact, they're saying that if you set the intention right now, if you're resonating with this, set the intention right now to share your pink ray of light with everyone that is listening to this show. And you will help them to shift in some of their thoughts and some of their patterns. There is a large group of you that are listening. This is for the collective. This is for everyone listening, not just the ones listening to the live version. There is a large group of you that are moving through an old cycle. It is finally complete. And what a glorious time for that to happen as you start entering into the new year, into the new decade. And so we say to you, good work. You have done a very diligent service work for yourself in getting this old energy moved out and ready to step into something new, something more vibrant, something of a higher frequency for yourself. And it was not an easy job. There was a lot of things to let go of that were that you were very attached to, rather that be a person, a place you were living, something that was going on. But you have shed a lot. You have removed a lot. Some of you have lost loved ones. Some of you have lost pets that were very dear to you. And it's just been a transitional time for you. But we say to you, you are moving forward with great force. And some of you, we even see this little slingshot just moving you back, and about ready to release and send you flying forward. And so for those of you who have really been working at change and moving something more positive into your life, that is happening for you. And that is a beautiful intention to go into the new year with. Lots going on in this new year. We have talked about that a little bit before in the past, where there will be a lot more frequencies coming in, a lot more things happening. We will be talking about that with Jason, and we will be talking about we talked to you about how fast this next year is going to go. You're going to be moving from one thing to the next thing. You'll be like, oh my goodness, even like you're sitting here right now saying it's already December. And we say to you, wait until you blink and it's December of 2020.
Oh my goodness.
So there is a lot that's going to happen though. So get your manifestation minds on now. Get yourselves out of these dark little holes that you get stuck in, and get yourself into a very good loop of positive thinking, because you are creating. And it is very important for you to stay very strong in what it is you desire. And if you do not know what that desire is, if you are having a hard time becoming clear on what it is you want to put out there for the upcoming energies, then we say to you, how do you want to feel? How do you want to feel? Get focused on that. You want to be happy, joyful, appreciated, loved, valued, seen, heard, successful. What is it? Find that and focus on that, so that you can at least create those feelings in this upcoming energy. So very important time indeed. And we want to swing this back to you, Jason, and let you get started with the questions.
Well, before we begin with some of the questions, we thought that was very interesting how you mentioned the pink energy or pink love and the person with brown curly hair. And there's a person that's on the chat that is called Positive Pink. So what are the odds of that?
There we go. Chills right through here.
Brown curly hair. So that worked out perfect.
Beautiful. So you know who you are, and you even named yourself accordingly. And Tracie's going, yes, I've seen her. She's always supportive. Thank you. And believe us, we did not even think about that when we were bringing that out. So wonderful. Now you have a job to do. You got to send that beautiful pink out to everybody. And we thank you for that. Yes. Thank you, Jason. That is good confirmation.
Okay. So we have some questions, and we'll deal with the first one. And it deals with people are asking, why are they waking up between 3 o'clock and 5 o'clock in the morning?
We want to say to you, are you waking up? Are you waking up between 3 and 5? And we know that is a confusing way to place that, but there's a lot of activity that is like a portal. It is like a space of time where everyone is getting very creative. And there is a lot of answers that can be found in that time. There is a lot of ability to connect into, it is a frequency that is created between 3 and 5. But what we want to say is what's more important is what happened to you before you woke up. And so we want you to start asking the questions, what just happened to me before I woke up? Sit down with a piece of paper, write down what your thoughts that come in are, because there is something that happened to you before you woke up. And then what's happening is your body is acclimating, and that is why you cannot go to sleep. It has been acclimating to the new energy that just came in for where you were. Now, when you set the intention before you go to bed, can I please have more memory of where it is I have gone? You may not wake up and be like, oh, I remember being on a ship, or I remember being pulled into this other planet or this other realm. It may not appear to you like that, but it may end up that when you ask for that and then you sit down with your tablet and your pen and you write it out, you may be able to pull in more recall that way through the channel of asking the question. We do think that it would be more effective for you to write it out versus just sitting with it and asking, as your mind will start to wander when it is not fixated on writing out the message. So there is something that happens for you when you connect the mind to the hand to the paper. So we do suggest that you bring a little tablet to bed with you, set it on your nightstand, write it out. Some of you are going to get such profound messages that you will need to be sharing those with others. It is important to get those messages, and you're going to get the next steps to your evolution as well as some of that to the planet. So this is a good opportunity for you to use this time for something very productive. And we want to say to you, let's say you wake up at 3 o'clock. You just got back from some grandiose journey, and you get up at 3 a.m. and you sit down and you think, okay, I've got to write this down. So the more you write, you ask your question, you write it all out, you're done. Now you can set that tablet down, and you should find that you go back to sleep much easier than if you were to sit there and toss and turn and go, why am I awake? Why can't I sleep between 3 and 5 a.m.? Why am I always waking up and I can't go to sleep? Write it down. You did your job. You should be able to move the body back into that sleep state and get more rest and be able to recoup some of that time you have lost in sleep.
Interesting. Is it also around that time frame people are more connected or more open to information?
Yes, that is the portal.
Mm-hmm.
It's a portal where you may call it the veil. The veil gets thinner. You have more access to that information. It'd be a good time to, maybe you want to write down questions that you have for the universe and have those sitting by the bed as well. And then you can ask those questions as well and fill in the answers. It is a very good time to be very connected to your higher self, to your councils, to your galactic teams that are working with you. And they want those of you who speak the light language, it is a beautiful time to move in some light language. Light language is very healing. They want you to feel yourself connecting on those higher vibrations. For some of you, you have been working on moving into that fifth dimension and holding that frequency. this is a good time for you to practice some of the things that you do to raise your vibration and to hold it there. So just like we were just speaking the light language here for the show, you speak a light language, or you do whatever sound healing is working for you. Maybe you do toning, or you do something that raises your vibration. Do it during that time frame. Hold that energy as high as you can for as long as you can, and that is a great opportunity to practice that as well. But yes, it is a time where, as a collective, the ones who are awake in this time frame, and we know you are all over the world, so 3 to 5 is different for everyone, but you are connecting with those who are awake in the sense of their spiritual awakening, their self-awareness, their awakening that way. And so you can connect with the collective on that nature in that time frame too. It is a little easier to get into the collective mind frame and experience that as well.
All right. Thank you very much for that information. Mm-hmm. And someone did ask a question, and it goes with waking up at 3 o'clock in the morning. Would that be a good time to meditate as well?
It would be a good time to meditate, especially if you are very disciplined in meditation. And some of you are very disciplined in it. It is a good time to, whatever you are feeling drawn to, whatever feels like it is a source of energy for you, it is about bringing yourself into the answers of, where did I just go? What just happened that brought me here to this awake state? There is something that happened just before that. And there could be some communication that was happening that now you're in the awake state, so that you can acclimate it, or like we said, write it down. If you can get that information from a meditation and ask them, some of you could probably even move that meditation into going back and viewing what it is you did during the time right beforehand. So we would love to hear back from all of you if you have that experience. What is that like when you meditate in those time frames that you're awake at night? And let us know if you are having that experience. That would be wonderful information.
Interesting. And I would like to add to the people listening to this video that Edgar Casey did say something that was a great time to meditate around 3 o'clock, 5 o'clock. So just FYI.
You guys need to be asking Jason these questions. Yes. He's got the answers. It is good. Edgar Casey was very wise, was able to do a lot of things with the mind.
Yep. Mm-hmm. A lot of interesting information. All right. Did you have any other information that dealt with waking up before we go on to the next question?
With waking up in which sense?
For 3 o'clock, 5 o'clock, waking up early in the morning. What if you don't remember your dreams?
That you can teach yourself to remember your dreams. That is the same idea. If you wake up, you remember any bits of your dreams, write them down, and the more you do that, the more you will start to train your mind to remember the dreams. And so that would benefit you to do that. We want to look. There is a lot of you that are not too far from, I guess the words we want. You connect very often with the ships that are above, that are being cloaked above the earth, and you will connect with those during the time frames. Sometimes during the 3 to 5, that is a good time to consciously connect to them. But we think that right beforehand you were already communicating with your galactic council, and that is why you are finding yourself awake, because it is charged with energy. Your frequencies have to rise up in order to have that interaction with your councils. And so when you brought back to the body, now you're awake. And so we encourage you all to play with that and ask questions and see what comes to mind, see if you can get pictures, see if you can get information from those councils. There's many of you that are off exploring right before that happens, and you are out of body. So
Interesting. Well,
Mhm.
thank you very much for that information.
You are welcome.
And the next topic will be dragons.
Yes.
So, um, this is kind of like my question and Tracie's question as well, but it was kind of funny when Tracie was asking about how come the dragons is coming up in the Ascension sessions. And when she asked me that question, saw a YouTube video that talked about dragons and hypnosis session. And then later on that night, there was a cartoon, Rick and Morty, that had a dragon in it. So there's a connection with the sleeping dragons, and we wanted to get more information about that for the
Hmm.
for the sleeping dragon energy that's coming through.
Yes, and this is something that has been evolving, and it has come to the point where we were wanting to bring it to the public, but it has been evolving through the private sessions, and we know that Tracie had questions about that, and we told her to have you ask the questions. This is something that needs to be brought out, so that everybody can be aware and be watching for it. And so the sleeping dragons is dormant dragons. They're in the earth. They are in the mountains. And one of the sessions that she is speaking of, they told her they were talking to the white dragon. They asked the white dragon where it lived, and it was in the mountains in China. And Tracie had fun with that because she went and looked up dragon mountains in China, and there are dragon mountains in China. They're actually called that, the Jade Dragon Mountain. And so she was quite taken by that, going, well, look at that. The information is right here. This is the mountain that I was seeing in my mind. And there it is now on my screen, and it's called Jade Dragon Mountain. So we want to say to you that these dragons are placed all throughout the planet. They are everywhere. And we have been referring to them as the sleeping dragons because they are, at this time, they are just in hibernation. They are dormant at this time. And we call them dragons, you call them mountains, and they are a dragon energy, of course, just like what you would see a dragon in your mind. And there's going to be times coming with the shifts of the planet where it's going to be time to wake up the dragons. And that time is coming very soon. And one of the things that she has noticed in her sessions is that her clients are being placed in certain areas. And as they are placed there, then they are sent there. They are the dragon keepers, so to speak. And they are placed in these certain areas because their energy is going to activate the awakening of the dragon. And so she was getting this more than once in her sessions. And so she got a little curious about that. And what we want to tell you as a population is this is a wonderful time as the dragons are waking up. What it is bringing a whole intense energy into the planet, and that is the energy that moves it up into the 5D. That is the energy that is moving this energy, this frequency that everybody has worked so hard for. It is that final push. Now, we want to also warn you that it is also going to be a time where you're going to see volcanoes erupting, the earth shaking, earthquakes, avalanches, mudslides. The earth is going to be moving, and you're going to be experiencing that movement of the earth. So prayers for the earth, prayers for the people that live on the earth. Set your intentions. Use that pink energy and put it around the earth, because it is also going to be a time, even though it is a great awakening, it is also a time of great change. And it could, just as some of you, Tracie spoke with Joanne about it today, was the volcano that erupted in New Zealand. And what we're saying is that is the kind of thing that you will see. And if you are not careful, if you are not mindful, you could be harmed by that. And there were people harmed by that. And so it is important to be very mindful of the earth, respectful of her power, and know that she is waking up. She is moving into her next evolution. And by doing this, it will be disruptive at times, and there will be the earth will be reacting to this energy. Just like when you get waves of energy, you go through different moods. Yeah, you get depressed, you get edgy, you feel like you're in a pressure cooker, you get headaches, whatever it is. Your body goes through something when the energy comes in. And this is happening with the planet as well. So she's going to get moody is a nice way to put it. And we just want everyone to be very mindful and to hold space for this and to pray for the people on the planet and pray for the shifts that are happening in the earth, because your prayers are very powerful. And that is part of why you came here. That is part of what your destiny is to be here for this shift, to hold the space, to hold the energy, to hold the people, and to put the energy out. And we do say that some people have come on this earth because this is their exit point. That is what's going to happen. And it is part of their destiny to leave at those times. So, not to feel as if this is a horrible time if people are leaving the planet with these shifts, because they're going to experience something gloriful on the other side as well. So we don't know how to say that in a nicest way, but yes, people will die, and there's going to be a lot of heartache, and we need people to be holding the space for that. That is the most real way we can say it, but we don't want to strike fear either. This is a time that we all came here to hold this space together, to say the prayers, to hold the energy, and to bring as many people into that safety net as possible. So we call on you to help us with that. That is the big cry for us with this happening. And the next question is when. Yes. Did we hear you right, Jason?
You was going to get there eventually.
So we do want to say that this is something that you will see in the later part of next year, and probably in 2021. It is pushed out a little bit. Time for you all to set your minds to praying for the planet and calling in the highest and best outcome for the planet, the most gentlest transition into this new energy, however you want to word it, however you want to hold the space for it. We do ask you for your assistance and your help with that, as we are also working on that on the other side.
It sounds like it's going to be spread out.
It's going to be spread out. You're not going to you have it back to back to back, or everything happening at the same time. No, it is going to be spread out, and it is going to be over the course of probably over a year of time, if not even longer. But this is a time where the earth is going to be awakened, and that is what we call the sleeping dragons are now going to be awakened, and they're not all waking up at the same time. It will be one here, one there. So yes, that is a good question.
The dragons, I'm assuming these are like energies, like not physical dragons, but like fifth dimension, sixth dimension dragons.
Yes, that would be a great way to describe it. You will not see physical dragons roaming the earth. You are going to just feel the energy of their essence coming into the planet as they are moving that energy in to raise that frequency of the planet itself.
Gotcha. For the volcanoes, do you know what areas by any chance?
We want to say all of them. There are volcanoes placed all over. There are even some that are placed underwater. And there's going to be, it will be scattered throughout. It would be hard to say which ones are going to go first. And, but we do say, there's going to be warnings before.
Right. That would have been my next question. Would there be time for people to prepare?
Yes, and pay attention to your intuition. If you feel like you need to make tracks is how we're hearing it. If you feel like you need to move away or get distance between you and one of the mountains, or you feel like there might be an earthquake coming, trust your instincts with that type of thing. There is a lot of devices out there now that can detect that sort of thing as well. And to just be very mindful of what is going on with the planet. Check in if you want to. You can ask the mountains, are you going to be angry today? They're not angry, but ask them if they're going to be awake today, or pray over them, communicate with them. You can talk to the earth, and you can start developing that relationship as well. And ask the earth daily if there's anything you need to be aware of that is taking place. And you may get information that something on the other side of the world is happening, and you can send prayers to that. So it is a good practice to check in and to get yourself in a space where you are very familiar with the earth energy, so that you can move. And Tracie is saying, tell them how to do that. So, okay. So when you want to get into the earth energy, we are asking for you to connect with the insectoid groups of ETs, because they are very in tune with the earth. Think about if you were an insect on the planet. In order to survive, you have to be very aware of your environment. And so they are very in tune with the frequencies of the earth and of all the things that live on the earth. And so ask that group of beings to come in and help you to get acclimated to the earth energy, so that you can help with these types of things and help balance the energy as it's coming in, and be a conduit of that to help bring that, smooth that energy out. Maybe that's the way to say it, so that it does not have to be as drastic as a giant erupting volcano or a huge earthquake or anything like that. If enough people are moving into this earth energy to help acclimate to it and help bring the balance, then the eruptions or the earth movement would not be near as big. So that is one way to help in this situation, is to work with those groups that are very tuned into the earth.
Interesting. Well, I do have to say, you did read my mind on one of the questions about how to connect to that energy with the dragon energy.
We're getting good at that with you. We're tuning in. Yes. We're glad that we could help.
Okay. Is there anything else that you would like to share about that we did not talk about with the dragon energy?
What is coming to mind is to remind everybody that they also have connections to the dragons, to their own personal dragon, and to maybe connect to that energy as well, and ask the dragon itself. Your dragon might be a good resource to ask as to what role can I play best in this situation as well, and to have your dragon help you stay tuned into the activities of the earth as well. That is another resource that you could use.
Nice. Is there any messages from the Dragon Council? Earlier you said the Dragon Council was there.
Yes, let us see if they want to actually speak and bring in any information. Hello to all of you. You have all been wonderful at coming into your own consciousness, into your own awakening, into your own connection with us, and making that connection a strong and beautiful one. There are some of you out there that are beautiful artists, and you have drawn pictures of us, and you have made us into these amazing pieces of art, and we thank you for that. There are some of you who already channel us. You know who you are, and you have messages to bring to the world. So we hope that you will find a way to do that, as it is important to educate and to help people evolve out of their little boxes and into more enlightenment, that there is something bigger than themselves out there. There is a lot of change that is coming in this future of yours. And again, we want to remind you that you are creating in every thought. You were told that in the very beginning of this, to keep your thoughts on those desired outcomes. And this is no different. We know that bringing up the sleeping dragons today might have been an intense thing. We say it is not as intense as it sounds. It sounded like everything is coming down all at the same time. And that is not true. But we do say that there will be more activity than what you are used to. There is different frequencies that are coming in with this activity as well. And there is going to be some adjustment in your own physical bodies that will need to take place with these frequencies that are coming in. So be aware of that as well. You are already in such a wonderful space of learning how to move the energy much quicker than when you began. Do you remember that, the first part of your awakening cycles, where when the energy was shift, you would go into this place for 2 and 3 and 4 weeks at a time? Do you remember? And now the energy comes in and you acclimate it within 2 or 3 days, and some of you even quicker than that. Some of you don't even notice the energy shifting. And so we want to commend all of you for the hard work that you have done, and that you have raised your vibration, your thoughts, your frequencies, your beliefs, and your visions to match the desire. And the desire is to live a peaceful, beautiful life on a 5th dimensional frequency where no fear is needed. And we want to help you create that. And that is why the sleeping dragons will awaken. But it will not be something to fear. And you will be there to hold space for anyone who is in fear, to help them move out of that space and remind them that they are safe, they are okay. This is an energy that is intended for the planet. It is not an energy that is intended to wipe out populations. And so we hope we are clear with that. It is an energy that is coming. Even the dog has to agree with that. But it is an energy that is coming in very strong for the planet. And for those that are not in alignment, they may end up crossing out of this life. We do not see how to get out of it without something like that happening. But we say to you that that is not the intention with bringing the energy in. The energy is to assist in that 5th dimensional vibration frequency and to move this planet to the next level. We also want you to remember that there are a lot of, and this was spoke of already, we think this was already mentioned, where a lot of the ones that are exiting, that was their destination point. That was what our destiny, that is the word we wanted, the destiny point where they chose to exit at that time. And part of that is for the soul's evolution. If with their exiting at that time, there are certain people in their soul families, their circle, that will go through an awakening process through them exiting the planet. So it is all in alignment, and we don't want you to worry about anything, because everyone here is working towards the same thing. And we say it will come to your planet, and everyone will witness this at some point in some form of reality. So use it as a time to manifest and create that outcome you desire with the minimal damage. Yes, with the softest and easiest route to get there. That is the one we want you to take. We want you on the softest, easiest route to the 5th dimension. And so as a collective, as everybody is focused on that, that is our intention as well. And hopefully that helped anyone with questions, or maybe it opened up more questions. And if you would like to ask those, we are here for you.
Yes. Someone asks, what would be the best way to connect to the dragon realm, the dragon energy?
Well, to that someone, you have your own signal, your own way of calling in your dragon. And so set the intention. When you set the intention to meet your dragon, it automatically sends out the frequency for your dragon to be here with you, and it will come. And when it does, the most effective way to bond with the dragon is to look it in the eye and to create what one might call the imprint of souls, so that your memory of each other can be reunited. And then as you remember each other, you will have that bond, and it'll be easy to remember how to get back to that place next time you want it. For those of you who have already met your dragons, who have already done that journey, you know to just set the intention to bring them in and keep them close to you. Have them be your guardian. Call them in daily and have them be your guardian, and ask them to help you through this shift and to know when the awakening of the dragons is happening. And just play with it. It is not necessarily important that you know or not know, and you will be safe and you'll be fine. But your dragon may help you know, and then that may be something for you to play with as your own intuition grows, is to work with that energy. And if you are told there will be a sleeping dragon that is going to awaken in Colorado, then you know to send love and energy there. And you can just play with that and see how that feels for you. Does that help?
Yes, yes. Thank you very much. And one more question. Does all mountains have the dragon energy?
At this time, the answer to that does feel like a yes. They are all essence of the dragon energy that can be awakened. So yes, maybe not a sleeping dragon, but the dragon essence is still there, and the frequency of the dragon as it awakens can move through the mountain line. So if you have, let's say you have one big mountain and some little mountains around it, maybe the big mountain is the sleeping dragon, and as it awakens, the essence of that will go into the other mountains. But that one is one of those convoluted questions, because the answer is yes and it is no. And so there is a way for the essence of the dragon to reach each of the mountains if that is necessary, but we do not see it as necessary.
Okay, sounds good. And we're going to switch topics, and we're going to start talking about the mermaids. So I don't know if you want to switch.
Yes, we will bring Daniel back. Thank you. The mermaids, yes, mermaids. They are a happy bunch of swimming little beings, aren't they? Mm-hmm.
Yes. The question that we have is that the mermaids has been coming up in sessions as well for the Ascension Sessions that Tracie's having with her clients. And she wanted to get more information about that, like what was the meaning of these mermaids to come up? Do they play a role? Do they play a purpose?
And yes, and they do. The mermaids are much like the fairies. They exist in your earthly realm, but they exist in a different dimension or a different frequency. And so you do not see them. And so just like the fairies can fly around and move around and you sense them, you get that essence of them. In the water, it is the same thing. The mermaids are down there and they are coexisting with these other beautiful sea life beings, and some of those can see the mermaids, and as their frequency is a match for that, and some of them cannot. But we know that they have been working with the whales, and they have been working with the dolphins, and they have been working with some of the other sea life a little bit deeper down into the sea. And there is a lot of communication going on within the waters right now, because there is, as the planet shifts, as the earth shifts, it's of course going to affect the waters. So the mermaids are trying to prepare the sea life for the same thing that we're talking to you about, for these shifts in the earth itself. And the land shift that is going to happen, it will affect the marine life. And so the mermaids are down there just working just as hard and wanting to prepare the sea urchins, the sea, what do we want to call them? All the animals of the sea are being prepared and acclimated to the energy that's going to come in as well. So they are kind of serving the same purpose. They're setting the energy for the shift as the ones here, as the humans are doing up here on the earth level, that we are asking all of you to hold that space. That is what the mermaids are doing in the waters. And so those of you that are connected to that mermaid realm, the reason that they are coming up is that they are coming into your sessions because there is messages that need to be applied to certain physical beings that are connected to that mermaid realm. Just like there is the Octurians, the Palladians, and so on and so on. There is also the mermaids, and there's some connections to that in the human form that need to get messages from the mermaids to remember who they are and how they are connected to the water, because they are going to be helping from this side of things. So just as some have been placed around the world for the activating of the dragons, of the sleeping dragons, there are people being placed around to help with the water as well, and to help with the acclimating the animals to the water.
Interesting. Is the mermaids part of this dimension, or are they in other dimensions?
The mermaids are in other dimensions, but they are communicating. This is how they've been able to get their communication to the physical beings and this reality. There's quite a few, and some of you are listening, there's quite a few that are connected to the mermaids. And so there has been quite a series over the last few weeks of mermaids showing up in the sessions, because it is time to remind the ones that are helping. And some of you listening that maybe have not had sessions, this is your wake-up call as well, that if you are feeling drawn to mermaids and you keep seeing mermaids, it's because they are trying to wake you up to that. You are holding a space, you are holding energy for all those who live within the water, just like others are holding the space for the humans on the land side of things, to hold space to help them move through this energy as well. So everybody's being activated. This is like the big pre-party to the big game. Yes. So
yes.
Does that help?
Yes. For the mermaids, can people connect with the mermaids, the mermaid energy?
Everyone can connect if they want to make that intention. There are some that are naturally connected and very drawn to water, and have been drawn to mermaid movies and so on and so on. And that is when you know that you are connected to the mermaids, to most likely lifetimes in Atlantis and lifetimes on other planets that are water planets where you lived within the water. And there are some people that just hate to get out of the water. That is how much they love being in that form. And they loved their water planet that they came from. They love being in the water in this planet as well. And so those will automatically be connected. And then if you are just curious about it, then you could easily connect with mermaids. They're a very loving group of beings. And if you are, they're much like Bigfoot. Bigfoot won't connect with you unless your energy is up high enough, and then Bigfoot will connect with you. And mermaids are the same way. If your frequency is a match, they will connect with you, and they enjoy to show you who they are and that they are real. And so they have fun connecting as well. We do encourage everyone to try that.
Nice. All right. Is there any other groups that would like to share any messages with the group today?
Well, this is that invitation for the Lyran group, isn't it?
Yes.
We'll go see. We'll go see what they have, because we think that they have. They like to do the prayer for the planet, and so we'll see if they want to come in and do that for us today.
Sounds good.
Hello, beautiful people. Just breathe it in, will you? Breathe in that beautiful air of oneness. We are all here together. We are all making this connection together. And we want to share with you this beautiful, beautiful frequency of love. And with all of the love that is going on right now. We just want you to share it with each other in your minds. Some of you have looked at the video as it's playing, and you see all the names coming up on the comments, and we just want you to join in with those names, with the frequencies of everybody that is here for the live show. And now extend it out, because this is where it gets beautiful and powerful. Extend it out to all of those who didn't make it to the live show or who are watching at a later time. You can feel them come in, can't you? You can feel their energy, even though they're watching maybe tomorrow, maybe a week from now. Wherever it is that they're watching, let that come in. Bring it in for yourself and bring it in for them. Bring that collective energy in. And now let's just seal this beautiful planet in a beautiful bubble. And we know that this planet is going through some shifts, and we know it's going through some changes, and we've talked to you about it. And today was a little bit more serious in the nature that, you know, there will be a lot of change in the physical reality of your planet. And so we just want to pray over that, and we want everyone to set the intention. We know we have activated light language people out there. And as we start to speak our light language, please feel free to join in and speak with us. As we hold the intention, as we wrap our arms around this earth and all who live on it, even those who are disgruntled and in unhappy places or experiencing selfishness or greed on whatever level, we drop all judgment around them and we just embrace them. We hold them tight, we hold them close, as they are the ones that need it most. They are the ones that need our love, that need our care, that need us to forgive and move into loving them, because they are suffering the most from the pain, from the darkness, from the separation. E o samashikoa, ema ai se kiano tunji se tona. Ipo ko antu jawada ba jeki ondo do. Se na onko. We ma ai ko ba sheki konti bi se ba rino baditi sama. Yep, sako patini ti be so me. Na. Woba shekwa natio to pecheke wapavandre. And the Rumashiki Yatatana Kayata. Wena Tichiku Dundun Bebe Wanda Chikiata. Fuma Aika. There no secure tio to mache teatama I. The earth and its people will live. Live in great peace. And this peace is being created with each and every one of you as you put that thought right now into space, into time. A peaceful place to be where love is easy to find, generosity and kindness. Everyone placing goodwill towards each other. Embrace it, love it, feel it, know it. As you go forward being the best version of yourself, you will find yourself experiencing this great love. You will attract into your life all of that which you were putting into your own self-care, into your own self-love. You will have that mirrored out to you. And as you do that, each and every person that is affected by that mirroring back to you will shift and change, and they will feel that shift and change, and it ripples out and moves to the next group, and then the next one, and then the next, and so on. And it is beautiful, beautiful ripple of kindness, a beautiful ripple of being the best version of self, a beautiful ripple of self-acceptance, self-love, and being in this beautiful planet. Feel the connection, feel the oneness, feel everyone uniting, taking care of each other, taking care of the planet, moving that beautiful energy through the air, through the water, through the trees, through the grass, through the animals, through all that lives in this beautiful space, as you see it thriving and growing and becoming more and more united and powerful than ever before. Each of you has your own vision of what that looks like. Put that vision into this bubble right now. We hold the space for that. And we bring it in, and so we do, and so it is. Iso shamikwa, semetu, samatayota sikianta sheshema kwa, ya te so nyoto tame a, fe so nu cheshema kwa, in tataror sabi vedor samavakia. We invite you now to activate yourselves. Bring in the most current activation for you and your highest and best good. Call that in for yourself now and give permission for that to happen. We see each and every one of you with your beautiful divine guidance of counsels behind you, ready to initiate you into the next level, ready to bring you into your next phase, ready to bring you into this next year. You are beautiful beings. You have great power, great, great power. Step in and be ready. You are able to do way more than you think you are. So please use your gifts and your abilities to create the peace that you desire. Be the peace you desire. Eshikunda mashikio kontito nimbahai. Ima aiskio tono mashikia. Feswa ma ai no no toto smishkia. Fesomasha. And with that, we leave you as you please keep envisioning your beautiful planet in this beautiful way.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and it is back to me now. And they are all waving their goodbyes. So is that to mean we are done? We are seeing them, all the councils are saying their goodbyes now, and they're grateful that they got to be here for this event.
Okay, so that means no one's left over there, huh?
We are guessing not, because as soon as the Lyrans stepped away, then everyone waved goodbye and they all faded out. So it is just us now. It is just the Arcturians. And we are here if you need us, if you have any more questions.
Okay. Does the Imperial Council have anything to share?
They're just they are congregating, saying, "What do you? I don't know. Do you want to share anything? We don't know." But what we do see for the collective to look forward to is there is some very beautiful energy coming, very, very much like we had talked about before with the rainbow energy, the all of the colors and seeing the colors in the sky. And we do have to say thank you to those who are sending pictures of those colors, as that has been delightful. And Jason, Tracie will have to share that with you. She received that the other day and ran out of time and forgot to send it your way as well. But it was a beautiful red sky with some green poking up through the bottom layer of that, and very validating for that red sky with hints of green coming in for the energies and the frequencies that are coming to the planet. And there is much more in the January into February. From now until we want to say about mid-February, you will feel hopefully some very delightful shifts of energy, a little calmer than what you have been experiencing, not so harsh, not so pushy, and the energy will be a little softer, and you may feel yourself being a little bit more energized and more optimistic about things. And so we want you to just step into that and enjoy that, as there is this beautiful calming presence that is going to be floating with you. And it is one of the waves of energy. It is one of the waves that is coming in, but it is a much gentler one that is moving people into that space of the loving energy, the kindness, more of a nurturing space. And so to watch for that, see if it is affecting you, see if you can feel that energy and pull that in for yourself as well.
Interesting. These sessions that we're doing live, does this make a difference? Does this help having these sessions live like this?
Well, we would like to see if there's feedback from the audience as they are watching right now, to see if they think there is a difference there. But the difference is that we can connect with people instantly. They are watching and they are hearing us say it, and they are picking up that energy. is there any more impact with a live session with the healing or with frequencies or with any of the shifts that are being presented with the light language? We say no, that it is, you are getting the same energy, whether you're watching the video or listening to it live. You are getting the same frequencies, you are getting the same intentions with that. It may just be a little bit more engaging because the audience is right there and some of them can engage and ask questions, and that may be more fun as it is more interactive. But the energy of the sessions or of these videos is the same no matter when you watch it.
Perfect. Perfect. Sounds good. All right. I'm going to ask the audience if they have any questions. I'm not too familiar with this one, but I guess this deals with the Vega system. Do you have any information about the Vega system?
We are not sure what the question is. Is there a question about the Vega system, or is it just...
I guess someone wants to know more information about maybe certain beings from the Vega system, if you had any information about that.
We're looking to see if anything is coming in, but we do not have a reference point for that for ourselves to answer that question. So that is not one that... Let us give it a pause for just a second and see if anything comes in for the Vega system.
Okay.
It feels like this is a very old system that we are not sure where to even focus the question. That, I guess, is where we are finding ourselves entangled. It feels like the Vega system is an old system that is very much in activity now to this day. It has been around for a very long time. We are not familiar with it ourselves.
Okay.
Not this particular group. It doesn't mean that other Arcturian groups are not familiar with it, but we ourselves are not.
I understand. Here's an interesting question. The full moon for 12/12 coming up.
Mm-hmm.
Is that anything special? Any energies coming through?
There's always energy coming through those full moons, yes. And we say that we find it quite delightful as it has been posted. Tracie has found these articles with 12/12, a full moon on the 12/12 at 12/12, and of course that is for an East Coast group of people, and we do find that delightful. And here is why that is powerful, because it becomes powerful to each individual. As you're looking at what the meaning of 12/12 is to you and the vibration and the frequency of 12/12, as a collective, you enhance that energy of the moon. And it is bringing in that much more energy because everyone is putting their attention on it. That makes sense. And that is a good thing. We do not want to discourage that. That is part of how this works, is the collective puts the energy there and makes the energy of the moon even that much more enhanced and that much more powerful. And so we are quite enjoying how that is getting put out there into the world, that this 12/12 energy of the moon. In reality, though, there's quite a few that are not experiencing the full moon on 12/12. And so it is okay, though. The energy is still the same. It is still there, and it's still, it is still being amplified for all of those who are putting the energy into the 12/12 frequency. It is a very high dimensional frequency, 12th dimension. It is one that is very healing. And so what we say about that is it is a perfect opportunity to heal and to set your intentions for that beautiful new beginning. As you move into that 2020, and we have all this beautiful rainbow energy frequencies coming in with the soft energy to help introduce you gently into that that new frequency, and then get on that roller coaster ride of 2020 and have some fun with that. But it is a very creative time. You can heal your body, you can heal your emotions, you can release a lot of things in that time, especially if you set the intention to do so. And for those of you where the full moon, it is that exact moment of the full moon, right? And is that how that works, where it is turning full moon at 12:12 at 12:12? Well, for those of you where it's still 12:11 and 9:12 in the evening, if you want to wait till 12:12 on 12:12, the energy of the moon is still there. It is still very, very powerful, very strong. You didn't lose any of that energy in the 3 hours that it took you to wait for your turn for 12:12, right? And so we don't want you to get too hung up on that, because the power and the energy of that moon did not leave in the moment it turned 12:13 p.m. or a.m. It did not leave. The power of the moon is still there, and it's going to, the frequencies of that is going to be pulsing through for everyone. It is the same. So we are not sure. Did we answer the questions okay?
I think so.
Mm-hmm.
To me, I thought it was a good response.
Wonderful.
A lot of information. A lot more information than I would have thought. Is this the Imperial Council?
This is, yes. It's still the Imperials.
All right. Here's a question that me and Tracie was bouncing around for a little bit, and she said that would be a good question to ask you. This would deal with, it seems like, I'm going to try to think about how to word this, but it seems like for Ascension, the awakening, the Great Awakening, and so on, it seems like different individuals, different groups have different points of view of it. Like, for example, the Great Awakening might be where people just wake up to, they're more aware of like what's going on in their politics and, the world around them. And then you have another one where it's like more energetic, spiritual. And then you have another version where it's just the other stuff that's other dimensions.
Mm-hmm. Yes. So you were asking which version of the fifth dimensional reality is being created, because there are so many varieties of them out there. Yes.
Right. And then like, how come different people see different parts of view of it or different aspects of it?
Mm-hmm. And why is it that nobody's getting the same absolute information?
Pretty much. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. And it is that's going to be a tricky one to answer. So we are going to be careful, because we don't want to word that incorrectly. It could be damaging to do so. There's as many versions of the fifth dimensional earth as there are people that believe in it. And we say that each and every one of those versions has a timeline with that version on it. And maybe, say, Jason, your timeline of your version of the fifth dimensional earth can coexist with Tracie's timeline of her fifth dimensional earth. And you're experiencing it your way, and she's experiencing it her way. And you're both experiencing it, but she's not seeing it in your reality, and you're not necessarily seeing it in hers. You're just having your own experiences, but yet you can coexist. And that can happen with everyone, as everyone is forming their version of what it is to be in a fifth dimensional reality. They can experience that reality and coexist. And that is part of what the collective consciousness is, where each and every person gets to be their individual self without judgment from anyone else. That is them experiencing their 5D. That's them experiencing their reality, coexisting with someone else experiencing their reality. No judgment, and no one trying to control the other. Everyone's just coexisting. And maybe eventually those realities narrow down to where maybe Tracie says, I kind of really like Jason's version of that 5D reality. I think I'm going to jump on that timeline with him. And then you're both experiencing the same type of reality, because you're sharing that consciousness, and you can. And so it can go many different ways. There's no rules. We've got to let go of all these thoughts that there's rules and certain ways that everything has to be done. Everyone can have their own reality of it. Does that help?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Okay. And
Yes.
it made sense, because that is not an easy thing to explain. So we were trying to make sense of how that could work.
Sounds like it's convoluted.
Yes, we need Dolores here to help us. Yes. So beautiful. But yes, everyone can experience their version. And as long as, if you are in 5D, then you are out of judgment, and anyone around you can experience their version of 5D, and they are also out of judgment. So there is no fear in somebody having 5D the way they want it. It's kind of like getting a Whopper. Is that right? Order it the way you want it. That is how you get your 5D.
Have it your way.
Have it your way. We just reduced 5D into a drive-through. Mm-hmm.
That's manifesting on the
There
clip.
you go. Yes. So we challenge you to go through one of your favorite drive-throughs and have it your way, 5D style. See what they do.
Nice. We still have a few more minutes left. Do you have any parting message or anything you would like to share before we wrap this up?
Let us look and see if there's anything that Mother Earth herself would like to share, since the topic today has been about her and her mood swings. Yes?
Yeah, that's different.
Yes, let's go find out what Mother Earth has to say. She feels so beautiful and like one of the elders, like we are summoning an elder shaman almost. It is the energy of this Earth Mother right now, and she's coming up here. I do want you all to know that this is not something that I do very often, to speak like this and use Tracie's voice. I have come through before, but not in this arena. And so I thank you so much for inviting me to be here with you, and to let you all know that I love you all as my own children. And just as you connect with Source, I call on you to connect with me, your Mother Earth, and let's find our connection together so that we can understand the roles we play in each other's lives. Just as everything that is on the earth is depending on the other things on the earth to survive: the air, the water, the food, the shelter, the trees to clean the air, everything that is going on in the earth, the soil to plant your seeds, to grow your food. It is all interlinked, and we all need to work together. And so I cry to you, I call on you, I summons you to connect with me. Connect with me much like you do your Father. Connect with me and share with me, talk to me. Let's communicate with each other. And let's make a world that is unified in this way, one where we are respectful and kind to each other, and that we take care of each other. It is very important to take care of everything on this earth. And I am here to help to motivate, to move, and to create this environment, this beautiful place for everyone, and myself included, to live. I do not live without you, and you do not live without me. We need each other. And so let's bring that together as you are going into those meditations from 3 to 5. Bring me into them with you. Ask what it is that we need to do as a collective, as my energy moves into your energy and your energy moves into my energy. What is it that we can do together to make this a better place, a better world, to create that beautiful utopia that is often spoke about? And I know that it is here because the consciousness of the fifth dimensional reality has come into incarnation to let me know that it is here and that we will make it. And so that is a very exciting time. That is a very exciting thing. But it takes all of us to get there. And so that is my plea to you as Mother Earth, as your Gaia, to bring in the message for us all to unite and to work together and to make this as easy of a transition as possible. And with that, I shall let you go, and I will let the Octurians come back in. And I thank you for your time. Did you have any questions before I go, Jason?
Well, let me think. How often do I have to speak to Gaia? So is there anything special that humankind could do just within this month, something special for you? That would be something.
There is all kinds of special things, and many are already doing that. They are connecting their energy to the earth, and some very beautiful and great energies are being activated right now. And every time two people come into union, whether that's through friendship, through family, through romantic relationships, through whatever it is, the energy gets amplified, and all of that helps as well. If you would like to set intentions, it would be a beautiful thing to set intentions to just bring kindness to the earth and to the animals and to the trees and to all that is existing on the earth. When kindness is presented, it ripples out, it radiates out into everything, and it is felt all the way into the core. And the kindness, all of that energy, everything is energy. So every time you can put kindness out into the world, you eradicate some of the darkness, some of the anger, some of the hurt and pain. And so pray for those who are in pain, pray for those who are hurting and that act out in negative ways. As they heal, every part of the planet heals. All of us heal. It is in all of our highest and best interest to heal those who are hurting and to have patience and kindness with those who need it. And so that would be my answer to that.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
And would you like me to bring back Daniel?
Sure.
Okay, Jason, is there anything else that you would like to talk about today?
That's it on my side. That was the 3 questions that we had.
Yes, we have questions for you now. We are just kidding. We do not have questions. But one of these days we should turn that around and start asking you some questions.
I'm a wealth of knowledge.
We already have seen that, yes. It is fun to hear the things that you have learned as you journey into your knowledge, your forms of knowledge. Very fun. Well, we will bring Tracie back at this time then, and we thank everybody for coming, and we look forward to the next time we see you all. Thank you for everyone who showed up to the live show, and for all of those that are catching it later. We feel your energy just as strongly, and we thank you for being here.
Perfect. Thank you.
Okay. How did we do?
We did good. We did good. A lot of comments, a lot of responses.
Yeah, thanks, everybody.
For the sleeping dragons, did you see anything special on your side?
It was interesting when you asked if all the dragons or all the mountains had dragons.
Yes.
I was seeing like the major mountains or volcanoes and all of that would have a dormant dragon in it, but then the energy surrounding them in the smaller parts was almost like a vein or an extension, like an arm or a leg or something like that. It'd be more like that. It wasn't like there was another dragon in that spot. So yeah, so fun to see I'm glad that I had my eyes closed. I would have been totally wanting to read everybody's comments over here. So I'm like, they're all coming
Yes,
up.
I know the feeling.
Sure, watching that the whole time. Yeah, so that was pretty exciting to kind of get a little bit more on that and see what was coming in with that. It it feels like, and I'm not one to like to put time frames out there because nobody's ever been right with time frames. I don't think anybody actually gets to know time frames. But if we actually start seeing earth movement, earthquakes, things that are above and beyond what we're normally seeing for whatever times of years, you know, when things are happening, if we're seeing more activity like that, I really do think we can trust that we're moving into that fifth dimensional frequency and staying there.
Yeah.
That'll be the point. So I say when we start seeing stuff like that, it's probably the biggest hint that that's happening.
Did that answer your question with the dragons as well?
Yeah, it was giving me a little bit more than what I had gotten from the sessions. So yeah, that's good. That's good.
Nice.
So what they were showing me is a lot of people are being placed. I thought that these people were activating the dragons, but I don't think they're activating the dragons. I think they're doing the same thing the mermaids are doing, and they're holding that energy. They're trying to help so that it's not too much. They're kind of like the stabilizers, the equalizers of the energy, so that it can come in and kind of a softer approach versus, you know, getting hit with lightning. So, and I think that's what the mermaids are doing too. They're kind of the dragon. They're not the dragons. The dragons are the dragons. They're affecting the earth and the sea. The mermaids are the watchers of the sea, and then the ones that are being placed around the mountains are the watchers of the mountains. They're helping that energy get acclimated into the planet with as minimal damage as possible.
Right.
So,
but necessary change kind of thing.
It feels like it, and it's not that they want to hurt anybody. They were very clear about that before too. They're not wanting anybody to get hurt. They know that casualties will happen, but they, you know, that's why they want these kind of videos made, so that people are aware, so that, you know, get the hell out of there. You know, so yeah, it's like, come on, we told you, now get away from that mountain. But you know, how many times do we go on a vacation and go check out the volcano, you know, or whatever? Just be careful. Just call it in and ask, is this a safe time to be looking down the throat of a volcano? Okay.
Right.
So, yeah.
Anyway. Come on, let's go to the volcano. Let's see what's going on.
Yeah, exactly. You don't want to learn the hard way. But the other thing is, so even if you were one of the people that transitions out during one of these things, the feeling I got with that is that even those people, that's their destiny. They came to do that because that's going to also make an impact, but they're going on to higher dimensions than even the fifth dimension. So most likely those are some light workers that came in that are exiting. They don't need to be here anymore. We're here now. Now that this is taking place, I don't need to be here anymore. And now I can go. That's kind of the impression I got. And we talked a lot about backdrop people before. Some of them will just be backdrop people. So, yeah.
Interesting. Anything else on the mermaids?
I was really thinking there was going to be more on the mermaids. And so I have to say I'm a little disappointed there wasn't a little bit more information on the mermaids. But they basically were showing them they're more deep sea. They were more in the deep sea where the earth's probably going to be more affected with shifts and whatever. And they were just, it's almost, I would say that they probably got some sort of abilities or something where they're kind of creating this shield to kind of hold the energy and let it slowly acclimate into the water. And that way, because a lot of those animals in the water have like what do they call it? The sonar,
like dolphins or something?
Yeah, the dolphins and the whales, they use that sonar. If that energy comes at them like that, it's going to kill them. And so they're down there trying to hold that energy, or they will be holding that energy so that it doesn't hit these beautiful little creatures like that. Oh no. It's going to be on its archive here real soon. Oh. So, but yeah, anyways, so that's kind of what I saw with that is it's kind of more like they create this bubble of energy to help slowly release it into the water versus a big blast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
We got lots of helpers. I do see that.
Yeah. Sounds like we're going to need it. So.
Yeah. But I think, it's kind of like that Men in Black TV show or movie where all this stuff is happening and nobody ever knows. It's like they're constantly saving the world, but nobody ever knows that's happening. I think we kind of have that going on where there's stuff like this happening all the time. And we've got these galactic teams out there helping us. And we've got light workers that are doing their thing and maybe not even realizing that they're holding this energy or this space. It's just like they were saying, we go somewhere before that hour of 3 to 5. Ask where you were, because that's why you're amped up. That's why you can't go back to sleep. So right. What are we doing in that time? We might be out there being one of the ones holding that energy, that space, so that something slowly moves into the planet versus a big bang. So never know. I would love to hear some of those stories. I'm sure these guys have some.
Yep. Comment below.
That's right. We like to read them. So wonderful. And here's Buddy saying his hellos.
Yeah, it was kind of funny. The dog was barking around the dragon.
Yeah, they did. They got all amped up during the dragon, when the dragon was talking. So you've got icky on your face there. But yeah, I thought I recognized that too, that they were getting all wired when the dragon came in, and then it was calm again. So wonder what that's about.
Yeah. Uh-oh, something happened.
It didn't sound like it broke though.
Yeah. Oh no.
Oh, maybe it did.
No, it sounded like plastic.
That's funny. Fell. That's awesome. All right. So
there's a lot of wind outside, so
this is cool. Juliet's saying that her dog was all excited too. And I do find that, well, we've seen it over and over again here. We get going with these channels and the animals start getting all into it. Like this little one, it'll sit here for most of the channel. And she got up and bounced off when the dragons came in. So I don't know why that energy is different. The dragon energy is very big. It gets misunderstood a lot, is what they were telling us in one of the sessions. People misunderstand them. They think they're scary and evil when really they're just a very big energy, and it can be intimidating. So I wonder if that's what the dogs were feeling, is just that they were some really big energy. But and that was very cool about the pink energy.
Yes.
That was fun.
Yes.
So
that was interesting.
Yeah, very good. So excited about that. I'm ready to receive some pink energy. Bring me the pink. Yeah, that's good.
For the question, what is the percentage of the 5D we are in today? I think we're still in we're still in the 3D?
Well, that's a tricky question, because everybody's in a different place with it. It's a personal journey to get to 5D. So yeah, Gail, we'd want to look at where you are with the 5D. What is the percent of 5D in January? Yeah, better question with that is, where's the 5D energy going to be at the end of 2020? Because I think that's when we're going to start really seeing something happen.
Yeah.
So 2020 is, well, it's 2020 vision. It's it's got a lot of energy in it just for itself. And then I think the age of Aquarius starts in 2021, right? Yes, positive pink, send it out. Send out that pink energy.
And
taking it in.
If you're a fan of Dolores Cannon's books, one of the systems they said that would have to change or fall for this awakening ascension to work is our politics.
Yeah.
The corruption in the politics, the corruption, the greed, a lot of that has to go away. So they said the first system to fall is the political system. And in the book, Dolores goes, "Oh, I thought it would have been the medical system." They're like,
Yeah.
"No, that's later on." So just FYI. And
Yeah.
in the news, you see a lot of stuff going on.
There's a lot of shifting, a lot of systems that need to fall away, things that need to change. So little patience, but we're getting there. We're getting there for sure. And I'm loving these comments, little kissy faces. Hi, Claudia and Julie and Sherry. And now,
a lot of love.
I don't want to say this one wrong. Is it Barbie's net? Barbizanet? How do you say that?
I think that was close. I think it was good.
Was it? Because you know what? You're a big supporter, and I just want to blow you kisses. There you go. Okay. So I'm sorry I butchered your name on here, but it was in love. So wonderful. All right. Well, shall we wrap her up and say goodbye to everybody? You guys are amazing. Thank you for all the comments. I'm going to go back and see if I can read through those. And I don't know how it saves those I've never done a live one before. So I'll see if I can find it. But anyways, thank you, Jason, for bringing us all together like this. Wonderful thing.
Like Barbie.
Like Barbie. Oh, we say it at the same time. Love it. Yes, it's gonna. No, don't do a scary face around 2020. It's not scary. It's gonna be. Remember, it's that rainbow, beautiful energy coming in, and it's gonna be good. It's good stuff. Even like the earthquakes or any of that stuff happening. Again, if you're tuned in, we're all tuned in. We're all doing our thing. It's not gonna. I mean, we've all been through that stuff already before. It's gonna be more of the same of that. We just might see more of it. So
yeah, plus, you know, from the research I've done, it's like you're going to be where you need to be. You know? So if you need to be here, you're going to be here.
Yeah.
You know, if you need to experience a certain thing, that's what you're going to experience. So
exactly. Yeah. So try not to put your mind on that. And that's one of the reasons it was kind of like they were trying to be very careful with their words, but they didn't want to scare anyone. It's like Jason said, you're going to be where you need to be. I don't get a sense that anybody needs to be like, hey, get out of where you're at. Don't worry about that. I mean, how many times have they I've heard Oregon's going to fall into the ocean. It's like, till I feel like I need to move. That's not.
I never heard that before.
Oh, you haven't? Yeah. California, Oregon, and part of Washington's all just supposed to go away. So we're still here. So, you know, it's, again, maybe there's a reality that played out like that. I don't know, but we are creating. So stay out of fear with it and create the outcome you want. And that's the biggest message. So yes, Lydia, you're right. We have lots of volcanoes in Oregon and Washington. So I'm surrounded.
Any of them are active or?
Well, Mount St. Helens blew, what was that, 30 years ago or something? Maybe it's 40 now. I'm getting kind of old. And then I don't know about Mount Adams, Mount St. Helens. Then we've got the sisters. Gosh, how many mountains do we have? We got a lot of them. And then we've got Mount Shasta not too far from us in California. So I'm really kind of, if any of those mountains blow, I'll probably get some ash. I'm not too worried about it.
But yeah, that it is a difference of timelines, like possible futures.
So here's what I'm going to say to you guys. If something happens to me, if I check out, if I'm part of one of these casualties that decides to check out, just know that I'm going to come haunt you all, and it's all good. I'm just going to haunt you. I'm the one doing this to your hair. That's me.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's funny.
And I'll be like, Jason, what's this? And it'll be that thing. I'll be like, who keeps hitting my nose when I look down?
Like Tracie doing it again.
Yeah, you guys will get real familiar with me. I'll just be haunting you. So yeah, we're just moving to a whole different realm. It's all good. So there it is.
Thank you, Chris from Australia. Thank you very much.
Mm-hmm. Hey, what does the little wrench mean?
Moderators.
Awesome. Way to,
In case
way
anybody
to be a
gets out of,
moderator.
in case anybody gets
Love
crazy.
it. Yeah, we got a real crazy group here, so
Right.
you guys are awesome. Okay, I'm going to quit talking so we can let everybody go because you guys are amazing. I love you. I'm going to go back and read all your stuff.
All right.
All right. We'll see y'all later.
See you later.
Bye.